I'm Bree, and today I'm doing day 7 of the Cookie Advent Calendar. I'm a little bit behind because my power went out, and I'm trying to catch up. Today I'm doing peanut butter blossoms. In case you don't know what those are the Hershey Kisses cookies with peanut butter on it. You stick the kisses in it. However, this is an old recipe, so let's test it out and see how it does. It's going to be interesting. So let's go ahead. It's actually like, here's the picture. I'll just bring you in because it's funner that way. Okay, so it's actually, here's the picture that goes with it. It says peanut butter blossoms. Mine will not look that pretty. I'll just bear warning you. It says a half a stick of all vegetable shortening, and it points out that it should be the butter flavored one. I'm not buying that kind, so I have the Crisco flavored all vegetable shortening. I'm debating about just sticking butter in there, but I'll go with the shortening. And then it says you need peanut butter, brown sugar, regular sugar, an egg, some milk, vanilla, flour, baking soda, salt, more sugar. I suppose that's for topping the cookie. I probably won't do that. I don't do that for my regular one, so I'm not doing it for this one. And then it says you need 48 foil wrap milk chocolate pieces unwrapped, aka Hershey Kisses. Or if you find off-brand of those, I don't know why you would use them. The real kind is the best. I don't know why they probably didn't call them out for advertising purposes, but whatever. I'm not getting paid to do this, so I'll do whatever I want. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to start out with a half a stick of Crisco, or a half a cup. When I first read the stick, I was like, how do I know how much that's supposed to be? What happens if I buy a different kind of stick? If you got the butter flavor one, and that, I don't. Okay. And then it says heat oven to 375. That's important to do. Cream together shortening, peanut butter, brown sugar, and a half a cup of sugar. So there's a shortening already in there. Next we're gonna need peanut butter. See, so weird. It calls out the Jif peanut butter, but not the Hershey Kisses. A half a cup of peanut butter. This is my least favorite thing to do. And yes, I have seen tools out there to measure peanut butter and all of that, but I don't have those. Also, I probably wouldn't buy those anyway, because how often am I actually doing this? Does it make it worth buying those tools? Probably not. Would it help in this situation? Definitely. If I was making peanut butter cookies every day, maybe I'd buy them, but I don't. I make these cookies one time a year, so I can live with it doing it this way. Okay, so we have our half a cup of peanut butter. I almost said peanut butter cookies. And I've got to work extra hard to get it out of this. I also don't have a spatula. Surprise, surprise. But I'm not going to go into all the stuff I don't have. We're just making it work. There's the peanut butter. We've got to mix. Sorry, I had to wash my hands. We got to mix together peanut butter, brown sugar, and half a cup of sugar. Half a cup of sugar. That's the easiest one to go in. And then we need, it's smelling really good already, probably just because of the peanut butter. A half a cup of brown sugar. Why can't they just say half a cup of both? Make your life easier. It has to be packed. There we go. I always make a mess with the brown sugar. And you can't see that, so I am very glad. All right, so we're going to cream those things together. Put the lid on before that goes everywhere. All right, creamed, yay. Okay, so the next thing we gotta do is add egg, milk, and vanilla. So here's the egg. We need a teaspoon of vanilla and 2 tablespoons of milk. Teaspoon of vanilla. You measure if you want to. I'm not wanting to today. I call that a splash. 2 tablespoons of milk. I really don't want to do this, but let's go for it. Oh, do that over a bowl. We're gonna call that good. Oh, this is. I've literally spilled every ingredient imaginable going in here. Then the next thing we need to do is add the flour and these, wait, double check on that one. We need to combine flour, salt, and baking soda and then mix it in there. So I'm going to do that with the sifter. After I clean up the milk mix, I just spilled everywhere. 1 second. Alright, here's what the cookie dough looks like right now, just in case you want to know before I sift in the ingredients. Make a big old mess with the flour. Getting a plate, just anticipating the mess I'm gonna make with this sifter. Hopefully not, but I'm gonna zoom you in down. Okay, so we need 1 3/4 cups of flour. I'm probably gonna have to refill this soon. Okay, so there's 1. And I'm gonna eyeball the 3/4 cups because I already made inaccurate ingredients once. Might as well keep on going. And 3/4 cup. So if you're ever like super nervous that sometimes it has to be like exact science, there's places where that needs to be in baking, but sometimes in cookie baking, it doesn't always have to be that way. Close can be good enough. All right, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. There are ingredients where you don't want to like estimate. So if you're ever like watching me and you're like, she estimates on some recipe on ingredients, other ones I will never ever do that. Those ingredients are like baking soda, baking powder. You don't want to get these wrong. Otherwise you'll have like funky looking cookies, they won't rise. These are like the important ingredients that you want to measure out. Other ones, oh, like cream of tartar would be another one. I wouldn't want to get that one wrong, or cornstarch. Any of those kinds of ingredients I wouldn't get wrong. Like if it's like a whole lot of one ingredient, if you're missing like a teaspoon of flour, it's probably gonna be fine. So you 1 teaspoon of flour short and you don't have any more, don't run to the store to get it. Just go ahead and make it. You'll be fine. Okay, so we need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And baking soda and baking powder can be substituted, but they need to be in different amounts. So make sure you look that up. If you don't have one or the other, look it up to see what the right amounts need to be. I would give it to you, but it just depends on the recipe of what you're using. Okay, so 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then that's it. Okay, so those are the sifting ingredients. I'll throw the salt in after I'm done sifting this. I didn't say to sift it, but I think sifting it is the easiest way for me to mix it together and I don't have to get out another bowl. So if you want to mix it together in a separate bowl, you do that, but I don't want to do that. So I have my sifter handy, so that's what I'm going to do. And that's also why the top of my flour lid is so dirty looking, is because I always leave my sifter on top of the flour lid. Okay, so then we need, the last thing is I need salt. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Right in there. Oh, the shortening is not salted. That's probably why I need so much salt. Okay. I'm normally working with salted butter, so I don't normally worry about the salt too much. But in this case, there's no salt in the shortening. All right, let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm gonna have to scrape down the, just a little bit. I almost did the wrong. Accidentally turn that on. Well, at least this is nice and thick. I'm just gonna have to be like, unplug this today. I don't know, I'm a disaster today. So why I need to scrape down the bowl is all my flour is over here on the side. And I don't want to try to roll out dough and then have flour all over it. I want a nice even mixture is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I got the bowl scraped down, put those back in for like 10 seconds. And then we're gonna roll these out. Okay, so this is nice and thick. Take the paddle off before I turn that on accidentally. This is like the 3rd time I've covered myself with flour today, just in case you're like counting. If I were to take a shower in between everyone, that would be ridiculous. Okay. It says to, normally we don't bake with these on here, so I'm just double checking it. This recipe doesn't call for that. It says, shape into 1-inch balls, roll into sugar, which I'm not doing, but you do that if you want to. I don't want extra sugar. Bake 10 to 12 minutes or until golden. I'm probably just gonna bake 10 minutes. Top each cookie immediately with a chocolate piece, pressing down firmly so the cookie cracks. And remove cookies to a wire rack immediately. Now, what I normally do with my cookies is I pull them out of the oven, I stick the chocolate Hershey Kisses on there, And then I put them back in the oven for 1 more minute. So the kiss has time to get a little bit softer. And then when you bite into it, it remains a little soft. It's not like this big old hard kiss on top of a cookie. It's really soft. And it will remain that way for the entire cookie. So that's what I like to do. I don't always follow directions, but I've just done that for years and it's always worked out in my favor. Sometimes I only leave it there for 30 seconds, but that's how I do it, and that's what I'll be doing for this time. So while this is baking in the oven, I'll be unwrapping however many pieces I need. Okay. I don't actually need a tester tray, so I can just go ahead and roll these and put them on. I'm pretty confident with peanut butter cookies, this type of cookie, to know the shape and size that I'm looking for, so I'm not really going to test these out. As with the other new batches, I would have tested them out. If I think one's a little big, I'll just take it off. I try to just do it evenly in my hand with my eyeballs. And don't panic if they're uneven. Like, it'll taste good anyway. And people will know that you actually made it. And how I'm rolling it is just rolling it gently between my hands like this. I'm not pushing it down, because if you push it down and roll it, it'll turn into a pancake. So just like clay, gently roll it and you'll have a perfect ball. And I just pinch it out like that and roll it. This isn't the recipe I normally use, like I said, but it smells good and it feels right, so I think it's gonna work for me. Pop that one in there. I set a 10-minute timer, and I'm gonna keep going with the rest of these. And these are one of my kids' favorites, so I don't think I'm gonna have any left over. If the cookie dough is good. Which, because I normally make it with butter. I don't know. I did admit that did a substitution with that butter flavored Crisco, but I've never tried that before. And I really don't like when some other ingredient tries to make it taste like something else. Like, why do we need to try to make something taste like something else? We can just enjoy the flavors, what we have. I don't need my lettuce tasting like popsicles. My kids aren't going to eat lettuce. They ain't going to eat like a popsicle that has lettuce in it. And if I make a brownie with carrots in it and they find out, they're going to immediately stop eating it. But if I make a carrot cake and they knew from the beginning it had carrots in it, then they'll be fine. Okay, I wanted to come on and show you what this looks like. Okay, how soft this kiss is. That's the real difference. Probably doing a bad job showing you from just sticking it in the oven. All right, as predicted, day 7 is 4 out of 4. Everybody loved these cookies. I'm not surprised they're one of their favorites. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.